going to fold the blanket and I'm going to place it underneath my sit bones for support. The rotation of the hips, you can either have it where it's like super bent forward and then you have the curvature of the spine, and then sometimes it's too tucked under and then your shoulders automatically fold forward. So what we want to do is we want to find that center where the torso sits right on top of the hips, and as we do that, we lift the top half of the torso, and then we tuck our chin just slightly to find a long neck, reaching through the crown of the head up toward the sky. This is going to be a nice sitting, comfortable position. And then when I sit on my folded either blanket or pillow, what I do is I come to the edge of the blanket, and then I find it where, not where I'm like too folded forward, but just where it supports and I'm not moving forward or back. And then I stack my vertebrae on top of each other, head on top of the shoulders, nicely stacked, not too far forward, not too tucked under, just enough to where the crown of my head is going to be reaching up toward the sky, really lifting the torso off of the hips right here. So that's my comfortable seated Sukhasana. So I'm going to go ahead and face y'all for this one. And we're going to go ahead and find that comfortable seated Sukhasana. And stacking the legs sometimes for people, maybe you want them extended out, whatever feels comfortable. We're only going to go until about 10:30. So go ahead and buckle up. Go ahead and exhale as you close your eyes here, tuning inward. Gaze at that space in between your eyebrows as you inhale through your nose into your belly. Exhale, belly toward spine. Relax the shoulders, unclench the jaw. Inhale through your nose into your low belly. Up the ribs, exhale ribs, exhale belly. One more time, in through your nose, into the belly. Up the ribs, exhale ribs, exhale belly towards spine. Keep reaching through that crown of the head up toward the sky. On another inhale through your nose into your low belly, up the ribs and chest. Expand the clavicles as you exhale down the back, the ribs, and then the belly back towards spine. Go ahead and relax the hips, relax the knees. As you tune inward for this practice, I invite you to float your hands to your heart center, pressing your thumbs against your heart. You might feel your heart beating, a sign of hope that you are alive, you are here today. Go ahead and bow your chin toward your chest in gratitude for this moment and for this practice. As you lift your head, go ahead and blink softly, open your eyes, gazing at things around you. And then begin to gently release your hands back down toward your knees. And then go ahead and grab actually your spider fingers and then walk yourself forward. You're only hinging at the hips. The hips are grounded to Mother Earth. You're not coming up with them. You're going to stay grounded right where you are. Bend at the elbows, come forward and down as you exhale, belly towards spine. Inhale, lift the torso, reach through the crown of your head over above you. And then exhale a little bit deeper, leading with your heart closer and closer toward Mother Earth. Keep breathing here. And then exhale very gently. Release everything through the spine, the back of the neck, the crown of the head. On an inhale, walk yourself up. You're going to reach your arms over above you and up toward the sky, palms facing one another. Open the elbows and arms toward the sides into a cactus. Interlace the hands behind you. Wrap your shoulders and around the scapulas in the back, bringing your chest all the way forward. Your hands are reaching back behind you, lengthening through the arms and the elbows. Very gently gaze forward and above. If available to you, you can gaze all the way up to the ceiling or the sky, pressing yourself up. Hips are going to try to come forward a little bit, and that's okay. You're looking at a back bend here. Very gently bring your arms over in front of you, and then place your hands onto the knees, and then go ahead and lean over to the left. Lean with the head, don't dump the neck. Keep your head in alignment with your spine. As you inhale, come around forward here, and then over to the opposite side, keeping your head in alignment with the spine. As you exhale, come through the back of the body, and then over in circular motions. As you inhale, come forward. Exhale, come through the back. And then go ahead and inhale forward the opposite way, through the front, around the side. Exhale through the back. One more time as you inhale forward. And then exhale through the back. And then go ahead and plant your hands out in front of you. And then switch the lace of the legs. Little spider fingers. Once again, we're going to lengthen through the torso nice and tall. Chin slightly tucked. And then go ahead and walk yourself spider fingers. Nice and forward. Hinging at the hips. Bending at the elbows. Go ahead and inhale, lift the torso, tuck the chin. Exhale, come forward and down. Lead with your heart here. One more inhale, lengthen out the torso. Exhale a little bit deeper into the fold. On an inhale, rise up. Beautiful. And then we're going to go ahead and lean over to the left side one more time. Keep your head in alignment with your spine. And then go ahead and round forward as you inhale. And then come to the opposite side. Around the back as you exhale. And then just come up forward to center. Go ahead and let go of the legs fold, and then just tap your legs out in front of you. Shake them out for a hot second. And then go ahead and let go of whatever is underneath your sit bones. Come to the top of the mat. Looking at your feet, find a deep, deep bend. I'm actually going to take my little socks off. Better grip on the mat. Okay, so go ahead and grab two fists and then bend deep at your knees. Bring your fists in between your feet. Outer edges of your feet are parallel to the outer edges of the mat, so you're looking at pigeon-toed. Find a light bend at the knees as you inhale your arms all the way around and up. Exhale, come forward and down. Hinge at your hips, forward fold. Go ahead and tuck your chin towards your chest all the way out. And then go ahead and place your hands either on the mat or on your shins, wherever's comfortable. And inhale, halfway look up. Exhale, let go and release. Allow your neck to hang nice and heavy, crown of the head toward Mother Earth. Go ahead and plant your hands onto Mother Earth. Middle fingers facing forward. Your fingers are spread wide. Step your left foot back for a runner's lunge. Your torso comes off of your thigh right here, and then you're gazing out in front of you, creating a line of energy from the crown of your head to your heel. Rotate that back thigh inward toward midline. Plant your hands onto the mat. Step that the right foot back, top of a plank. Your shoulders are stacked over your wrists. Go ahead and release your knees onto the earth. As you bend at your elbows, hug them toward your ribs, coming forward and down for Chaturanga. And then slide your chest nice and forward, coming onto your belly. Shoulders roll back. Belly button is in contact with the earth. Tops of your feet come on the mat, heels and toes together. Rise it up. Using all your strength, press yourself back to a child's pose. Rest your forehead onto the mat right here. This is a resting pose. Remember to come back to it at any time. Continue to exhale here. Release the low belly, the low back. One more inhale. And then as you exhale, go ahead and lift your head, looking up at your hands, middle fingers facing forward. Your elbows come off the mat. Go ahead and stack your shoulders again above your wrists, looking up or down at your legs. Go ahead and curl those toes under, lift the knees, and you feel like someone's lifting you from the backs of your knees. Really lengthen out your top of a plank here. And then go ahead and tap your left shoulder with the left hand. Right with the right hand, pardon, so the opposite side. And then the opposite side, left hand, right shoulder. Release it down. And then go ahead and look down at your toes, big toes. Spread your toes nice and wide. Pigeon-toed if you can. Bend deeply at the knees as you begin to press your hips up and back. For your downward facing dog, begin to lengthen through the legs here, pressing your arms and shoulders away from the earth. Roll your shoulders out. Lift the hips a little bit higher. Chest toward thighs, belly toward spine. Go ahead and exhale here. Inhale through your nose. And exhale, release. Two more. Inhale. And exhale, let go. Last one. Inhale. And exhale, release. Looking up at your hands, begin to walk yourself one step at a time forward. Two fists in between your feet. Outer edges of the feet are parallel to the outer edges of the mat. Really bend at the knees right here and allow your chest to come and lay on your thighs. Relax the crown of the head toward Mother Earth. Relax the arms. If you'd like a deeper, heavier stretch, go ahead and interlace your arms. And then allow yourself to hang heavy once again. Maybe sway side to side. Remember to breathe, let go of any low back tension. Ever so gently letting go of the arms. Place your hands on your hips and then begin to roll yourself up very gently, vertebrae by vertebrae, stacking on top of the other. Keeping a micro bend at the knees, allowing your head to be the last thing that comes up all the way up to standing. Go ahead and look down at the floor. Make sure your feet are nice and grounded. So lift the toes, lift the heels, lift the toes, lift the heels one more time. Just get yourself nice and grounded here. Go ahead and tuck your chin all the way down towards your chest. And then go ahead and inhale as you rise it up. Exhale through the back of the body. And then inhale, rise it up. We're going to go ahead and look over to our left side. Get some neck movement rolling. And then through center over to the opposite way. Feeling that lengthening on the opposite sides of the neck. Come back through center. Go ahead and inhale your arms all the way around and up. As you exhale, open the shoulders, open the elbows, interlace the hands behind you. And then go ahead and just really wiggle your shoulders back as you press your chest forward. Hinge at your hips, come forward and down. Lead with your heart, stretching the backs of the legs. Gazing at something that's not moving. Try to find that drishti point to guide you. going to help you balance. And then go ahead and look in between your legs. Let your head hang nice and heavy. Reach the arms up toward the sky here. Stay active. Belly button towards spine. Exhale, come forward and down a little bit deeper. And then go ahead and relax the arms to come all the way to the earth. As you plant your hands and step both of your legs back to the top of a plank, roll yourself over to the right side onto the edges of your feet, and then lift the hips a little bit higher. Make sure your shoulder is stacked over your wrist, and then instead of dumping the weight, you want to press that shoulder away from the earth. You can stay right here, or you can bring that upper arm up toward the sky. Gaze at your thumb. Keep the hips nice and lifted. For a deeper challenge for those that are new but able to, you can lift the top leg. And then exhale, bring it all down. Release the knees onto the earth. Bend at the elbows. Come forward and down. Chaturanga Gandasana. Inhale up for your cobra. Draw the shoulders back. Tops of the feet and heels together on the mat. And then exhale through a child's pose. We're not going to linger. And then inhale up through a tabletop. Curl your toes under, top of a plank. Lengthen out the plank here. We're going to roll over to the left side. Press that bottom shoulder away from the earth. And then lift the hips a little bit higher. If available to you, you can rise the upper arm up toward the sky. Gaze at your thumb. Inhale up and lift the leg if available to you for a deeper challenge. Exhale, bring it all down. Release the knees onto the mat, keeping your toes curled under. Go ahead and sink on your hips toward your heels. For hero pose, stretching the backs of the feet here, giving the arches a nice little stretch. On this pose, like right where you are, go ahead and rise your hips up so they stack over your knees. Open your knees at about hip width distance, and then go ahead and open the left leg out, toes facing away from you. Plant your left hand to open that left knee, and then the opposite hand on the hip. Top of the foot on the knee down comes on the mat. Beautiful. And then go ahead and lift the chest, lift the torso here. Really engage the right glute. You're going to feel a little bit of a burn perhaps. Keep opening that bent knee. It's at a 90-degree angle roughly. Your knee is above your ankle. And then go ahead and rise the right arm up and then lean onto the bent knee. Then open the shoulder up toward the sky a little bit. Gaze over your armpit. If available to you, gaze at your middle finger. One more inhale here. And then exhale, bring it down. Bring that knee down. And we're going to just switch right away, opening the right leg out. Toes facing away from you. Legs at a 90-degree angle. We're going to grab our our right hand, and open that right knee. Opposite hand comes on the hip. Go ahead and really engage that glute that's at the bottom. Really feeling the burn here. And then on your following inhale, rise that left arm up and then lean over to the bent knee side. Then open the shoulder, gaze over your armpit. Beautiful. Keep breathing here. Everything's nice and active. And on your inhale, your following inhale, rise it up. Bring everything down. Go ahead and plant that right knee down. Tops of the feet are on the mat. Bring your heels and legs together as much as possible. Sink your hips back down towards your heels, and then walk yourself over to a tabletop. Go ahead and walk that right knee over, left knee, I'm trying to mirror you. Right knee over to the the right hand, and then open the foot over to the left hand. Beautiful. And then you're in a pigeon pose. We're not going to be here too long, just the breath. Otherwise, I would guide you and cue you if you want to do this at your own time. You put a little bit of support over that right hip to support you up. You can be here as long as you'd like. Press yourself up. Do like a push-up. Exhale. Inhale it up. Plant your hands nice and wide and lift the knee as you step that right leg back. And we're going to go on the left side. The knee comes to the left hand and then the foot to the right hand. Then you're going to release the back knee down. You're going to lift your shoulders, lift your torso. Back foot comes on the mat. As you inhale, rise it up. And then exhale, do a push-up for me. And then rise it up as you inhale. And then curl your back toes under. Step that foot back. Release your knees on the mat. Come forward and down. Chaturanga. Inhale up for cobra. Exhale your hips toward your heels. Through child's pose. Come back up through a tabletop. Walk your knees to the front of the mat. And then release your hips over to the left. Rotate your feet to come out in front of you. And then grab the backs of your legs as you come up into a boat pose. Lift the chest. Tap your feet down once. Lift the legs. Tap your feet down twice. Tap the legs in one more time. Tap them down. Release. Go ahead and let go of the ankles to opposite corners of the mat. Very gently. Coming onto your elbows back behind you. 30-minute yoga. We're going to go ahead and lie all the way on our back. Now that we've ensured that our legs are in the mat, we're going to hug both of our knees in toward our chest. And note how I lift the hips and I untuck my hips so that my whole spine is in contact with the earth. Give myself a nice hug here. I'm going to let go of the left leg reaching below me. Toes are pointed. And I'm going to hug my left knee in toward my armpit. I think I said left, but I meant right. I think I said left. We're going to switch here. Bring the leg in. Extend the right leg out. And then hug that left knee toward your armpit. As you breathe one more time, go ahead and exhale. Let go of the legs and then place them at about hip width distance below you. Soles of the feet on the mat. Hands are spread nice and wide, planted on Mother Earth. Go ahead and inhale as you lift your hips up toward the sky. And then go ahead and tuck your chin toward your chest. Exhale, release your hips down. One more time as you inhale, rise the hips. And then exhale, let go. Last time. Inhale, lift. If you want to interlace your hands underneath you, go ahead and do so now. Roll the shoulders underneath right here so that you can lift the hips just a little bit higher. And then keeping your knees hugging in toward midline. They're going to want to open up. Go ahead and hug them in. And then very gently exhale as you let go of your spine all the way down on the mat. Release the legs down and away from you. Extend through the knees and go ahead and open your palms by your sides, palms facing the sky. Very gently relax the ankles and the knees. Let go of the hips and melt your ribs toward the earth. Relax the shoulders, elbows, and wrists. Let go of the grip of the jaw and the muscles around your eyes, letting your ears and top of the head melt to the sky, to the earth. Begin to bring the breath back into your being, wiggling out the toes and the fingertips. Maybe stretching your arms over above you like that morning sunrise. And then folding over onto your right side in the fetal pose. Taking this time to thank yourself for showing up and giving your body the maintenance that it requires of you. Keeping your eyes closed as much as possible, press yourself up to your most comfortable seated Sukhasana. It's Tuesday. It's not quite the middle of the week. You still have to keep on pushing strong. With each breath, bringing focus back, I encourage you to take the breath off the mat. I encourage you to drink more water and eat your vegetables. I encourage you to do the cliche things that the world suggests because they work. Floating your hands to your heart center. I want to thank you so much for letting me guide you through this practice of yoga. Stay tuned on my stories. There is more to come. Namaste. You may blink softly, open your eyes, and good job. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I'm going to upload this onto the YouTube here pretty soon, and there is more to be uploaded actually, so stay tuned for more content, and there's a variety of classes on there depending on how much time you have. They range from like 30 minutes to 50, 60 minutes right now, but I am working on shorter videos too. So thank you guys. Happy Tuesday.